Hello every single one and welcome in today's video. In today's video we are going to have a look at the fractal that we are seeing on Bitcoin. Potential fractal, I have to say, in the price action right now and the price action in 2020 right before Bitcoin took off on a massive rally. So we're going to have a follow-up on that. We are going to talk about Ethereum against US dollar. We're going to have a look at some altcoins, as some altcoins has been popping off, and we're also going to have a look at the list of charts right here at the regular financial markets, and also at some concerns that I have for the regular financial markets. So guys, let's jump straight in. Before we are zooming in, it is very much appreciated if you would drop a thumbs up. Let's check if we can get over 60 likes on today's video. That would be really amazing. Now guys, let's jump into this fractal. So on the left side, or actually on this side, you see the Bitcoin price action for 2020. And the crazy thing is what was right here, we actually had already that March 2020 crash right here, massive liquidation event, and Bitcoin price was trading mostly sideways in this bigger range. We had also quite a correction right here, but then the moment we just finished that correction right here and started this uptrend very slowly, it just accelerated over time, and it just went like, it just was crazy. And the sentiment right here, I can still recall that sentiment. A lot of people were skeptical. So a lot of people are bullish, but skeptical bullish. So they think like, wow, yeah, okay, Bitcoin goes higher, but now it really needs to correct. Oh yeah, it goes a little bit higher. No, but now it's overextended. It really needs to correct. And this was really a mindset. And you heard a lot of things like Tetherford, a lot of FOD in these periods as well. But what we saw, eventually Bitcoin just continued to climb higher and just didn't look back. And why is this so interesting? Because if we just look at this price action right here, from recent price action from April this year all the way up till now, then this looks almost like a perfect fractal. We come in here, we have a pump, that is this pump right here, move sideways, even with this higher high, lower high, dump, with, higher high, lower high, dump. Then we have this small uptrend forming, break this resistance, and then acceleration. Here also, small uptrend forming, break the resistance, acceleration. And right now it's interesting because back then in 2020 we had this megaphone pattern. And if we right now look at the Bitcoin price action, we also had this megaphone pattern. And so far, we are still bouncing from the support. So it looks like right here, we got quickly bought up from the support. And the relative strength index is coming down in 2020, is coming down in 2023. The funding rates were pretty negative across the board in 2020. That is a little bit a different picture right now, but they are still negative. So that is still an interesting thing to point out. So that means that although Bitcoin is consolidating, putting in higher lows, we are seeing that a lot of people are actually getting bearish in this formation. And that was exactly the same right here, although the magnitude right here was a little bit more. It was more clearer that people were bearish, and then Bitcoin just broke out, had this massive rally, and yeah, after that rally corrected, but only corrected to the former resistance of that broadening wedge or megaphone pattern, which right now would be a correction up to 39%. So that means that Bitcoin could see a rally of up to 42 to 44,000 US dollars, maybe even higher, and then correct to 39,000 US dollars. That would actually be quite bullish. So far, guys, I'm actually still bullish on Bitcoin. I do think that this chart, of course, is very interesting. This is the stablecoin dominance, and as you can see, the stablecoin dominance is just hovering with kind of a rising channel above a major support. And I honestly expected that we would get a little bit more of a harder bounce right here, but we didn't get it. And right now we just like consolidating right here. Right now, again at the support, and the relative strength index is still making higher lows, consolidating in this triangle formation. So this is the best chart to look for whenever you are looking for a breakout on Bitcoin. If this thing, like on the relative strength index, maybe break out to the upside and breaks out right here, yes, that will definitely come along with a big dump in the Bitcoin price. But it tried to break this resistance already, got rejected right here, coming back down. So I think there's also a chance right here for this to really come down and then break the support, which means that Bitcoin can go on that bigger rally. So very interesting what we are seeing right here. Multiple possibilities are there. This chart is definitely the chart that is going to confirm what is going to happen. Then, while Bitcoin is actually consolidating, moving sideways, we are seeing some altcoins popping off. Well, one of them is this. This is SAI. And yeah, it has been launched right here on August, so it's quite recent altcoin, and we have a nice bottoming structure right here. A lot of people were talking about this altcoin. Right now we are testing these highs again. Just another thing that we can see that people are actually speculating into altcoins, and this is actually, when altcoins go up, is actually a good sign, because the more altcoins that are actually going up against US dollar or against Bitcoin, the more confidence is there in the markets, the more speculation, and also for you and me, the more money to be made, right? So definitely interesting to see. I'm gonna put my video screen a little bit right here because I want to go with you over some charts that I have right here on the right side of my trading view. But guys, before we are going to the regular financial markets, drop a thumbs up. That is so much appreciated. It really helps the algorithm to get a little bit of engagement and push this video to a bigger audience, which definitely helps the channel a lot, guys. I want to start with the S&P 500. S&P 500 had a massive rally right here. We can actually get rid of the Fibonacci levels, but we had like this kind of like broadening wedge, declining broadening wedge, broke out to the upside. We got a lot of gaps when breaking out to the upside. Right now we do form somewhat of a bearish divergence on the 4 hour, very small one, but massive rally. Also entering some massive resistance. Why is this resistance? Well, if we look at the S&P 500 divided by the money supply, we can see that this is always the level that we are getting rejected from, and that we haven't broken above this level since the year of 2001. So in 2001 we broke below this level, and then we had 23 years time to break above this level, and we never did it. So this is definitely a very big level, not to underestimate it in both ways, because okay, if we get rejected, of course it's resistance, but if we can break, it definitely shows that something structurally is changing from a 23 years period. And let's have a look. So what could this be? This could be like an inverse head and shoulders, right? Where we have a left shoulder right here, head in the middle, right shoulder coming up right there. I don't really like it that much. I think the interest rates going that high, I also don't really like it that much. And if we have a look at some different charts right here, so we have the fix really coming down, entering the support level with a bullish divergence. I don't like that. This looks like this wants to bounce, and as you guys know, the VIX has an inverse correlation with the regular financial market. So when the VIX goes up, volatility index, regular financial markets goes down. Then we have the Dow Jones Transportation Index. Well, this one also, I don't like this chart so much in terms of the regular financial markets, because as you can see, the regular financial markets corrected and came up to the highs right here, but that's mostly because of the tech stocks. It's just a small amount of stocks in the S&P 500, like 4 or 5 or 6 even, that really push the price up. But if you look at the transportation index, which is a very good leading indicator, you can see we just come up a little bit. We just came up a little bit right here, not even close to the highs, but on the S&P 500 we came close to the highs. And this doesn't necessarily mean that now directly something needs to happen. No, but if you just look at historical times, when you have that divergence, so for example right here the Dow Transportation Index goes sideways while the S&P 500 goes up, there's a divergence, right? And then eventually it follows the Dow Jones Transportation Index. So definitely interesting, guys. Normally when the Dow Transportation Index looks weak, sooner or later the S&P will follow. Then of course we have the money supply that is still contracting, still coming down, so there's not really new money being printed into the economy. Dixie, if we look at the Dixie on the daily time frame, yeah, not really sure what to make of this, because we had, of course, this massive rally, and if we zoom in, we do have some of let me get rid of that orange line right there. We do have somewhat of a support that we are touching right here, while the relative strength index completely retraced to these lows. But yeah, something like that we're also seeing on Bitcoin. So not really sure what to make of this, but definitely if we have a look at the Bitcoin picture and the fractals, that looks definitely more optimistic and more bullish than the regular financial markets. And that is also the crazy thing, because these charts normally are very heavily correlated, and maybe there's a 1 month delay, or maybe there's a couple of week delay, whatever, but still they are very, very correlated. So definitely something to take in consideration right here, that the regular financial markets look a little bit more bearish, they look a little bit more cautious of, while Bitcoin actually still looks good. I think Ethereum, guys, also was looking pretty good. We actually traded this over on Will Alerts, the breakout right here, because this was the first higher low in this declining megaphone pattern. So we had like this declining megaphone pattern, first higher low, came up to the resistance, we broke out, we had a rally of up to, yeah, quite a nice rally for Ethereum, right? We had like a rally of 2.8%. I traded this move as well. But right now you can see that around this level, 290, we do get rejected and we are coming back down. Now is the big question, of course, is this just coming down to test support and continue to go higher, or is this coming down back into this channel? I think we definitely have to look at Bitcoin for Ethereum as well, because Bitcoin will also show us what's going on with Ethereum, how much confidence is there in the markets. But structurally, it really looks like 2020, so I want to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt right here. And we just have a horizontal resistance that we get rejected from, while the relative strength index is coming down. I think sooner or later it is possible for the relative strength index to come up right here and break above the resistance, which would then create bullish momentum for the price as well to come up, similar as we did right here. Let me get rid of my camera. So we have here some declining resistance also, and we came down right here, and then we just broke above that resistance, and then we just saw the price moving also. So maybe that even comes along with some news of the spot ETF, definitely possible. But before we break out the resistance on the relative strength index, we cannot really break out in the price, as we really need that momentum. But I just think it's very interesting that based on time and based on structure, this just looks so very, very similar, and it doesn't necessarily need to mean that this is going to play out exactly, but we know that that possibility lies there. We can see the road ahead of us already. So I think this is just very, very, very interesting fractal that no one is talking about, because everyone expects this move with the early 2019 move, but based on time, that is not really where we are right now, for my opinion. So what else I want to share about this? One thing I wanted to share is that right here, this dump right here, this was the 20th of November. Oh wait, this was 7th of November. Wait, let's go a little bit to the future right here. This was the 27th of November, this dump right here. Bitcoin had already made a little bit of a rally, right? A little bit, yeah, quite a bit of a rally. We broke the metaphone pattern at 14,000, went all the way up to roughly 20,000, to the previous all-time high in the bull market. So this move was definitely crazy, but we got this big of a correction like on Black Friday. On Black Friday 2020. This was Black Friday 2020. So tomorrow is Black Friday 2023. It sounds maybe ridiculous, but we often have seen on Black Friday corrections in the Bitcoin price. So I'm not going to say that it is impossible right now as well. It's definitely possible for Bitcoin to get a correction on Black Friday, as this is a seasonal potential correction. So that is just something to watch right here in the price. Maybe on Friday we do get a correction, maybe the last move down, and then we can break out to the upside. like I said, still definitely leaning more to the bullish side. Then guys, when we go to Will Portal, you can basically see that we are approaching the top of the 16-year cycle, which I find very, very interesting. I made so much research on this in 2023 and 2022. I had a lot of time also, so I read a lot of books about cycles, and I just find this very, very interesting. And also when we have a look at the NASA website, I've been often talking about solar cycles, and we can see that the trajectory of the solar cycles is still on point. So this gray line right here is actually showing where we roughly going to, like the gray line is where we actually are right now, what we are seeing. The black line is a moving average of that, and these lines like the 95 or the green or the red, these are basically the predictions, the projection, future projections. And as you can see, this will top most likely at the beginning of 2024. And I've used the solar cycles to predict or to use for different Bitcoin cycles, which I think is very interesting. But this again shows that to the beginning of 2024, so that is also right here, the top of the 16-year cycle, is a very interesting time frame, and we might get some, definitely get some volatility over there. 2024 might be quite more of a bearish year than a bullish year that most people expect. Very interesting, guys. I'm definitely going to prepare accordingly, and I think, like someone told me the other day in the comment section, I'm not really sure, but forget about the 16-year cycle. But for me, it's like, if you prepare for that 16-year cycle, if you prepare for something like that, you actually set yourself up to win in both scenarios, because you don't have to go all in or all out, right? So if Bitcoin continues to rise, you can still profit, but if it goes down, you also profit, because you position yourself for both scenarios. If you position yourself only for one scenario and you are late in the cycle, close to a top, still all in and not like half out, then you can set yourself up for failure, because you have all your eggs in one basket. And especially later in the cycle, it's getting more and more dangerous, right? If you have very early in the cycle, like we did in 2023 or 2022, when Bitcoin traded at 15,000, this was very early in the cycle, very oversold. I put all my eggs in one basket, like without worry. That is all completely fine. But when we get later in the cycle, and when we maybe get like some more evidence that things might not look so good, then you want to slowly position yourself out. And the reason that you can do that is because you went all in at the bottom. So that is already a very luxury position. Like if you didn't enter at the bottom and you enter at 30,000 US dollars, you now only like that 7k in the profit on the Bitcoin price, then you're already quite late with your entry, and then the mindset is completely different, right? Like I've been inside from 15,000 US dollars, so I had already all that profit. I already doubled the whole portfolio from the bear market low, and it's easier to then take a little bit off the table for personal security, than to do that when you went all in when Bitcoin was 30,000 US dollars. So guys, that's just a little bit kind of the strategy of the markets. I've been very loud over on YouTube that at 15 or 16,000 US dollars, I'm going all in. I'm putting all my money. I literally didn't have any money on the bank. Everything, every stable, every money that I had was in Bitcoin. And I shared that over on Twitter. I shared that over on YouTube multiple times. We shared that very clear over on Will Alerts as well. I hope you guys, and I know a lot of you have done the same as me. And I hope, most of you also got that information at the right time whenever I pushed that. Because also a lot of people were less active on YouTube or less active on Bitcoin when I push that information. That's also why it's so important that you subscribe and hit the bell icon, so whenever there comes an important video, you at least see it, you get aware of it. So that's very important. Also for the ones, guys, that are interested in getting more information from me, to get more market alerts. So for example, that long position that we did yesterday over on Ethereum, that is still in the profit, or you already could have taken profits, or altcoins that we traded that already did 100x, 100%, multiple altcoins. Sometimes we even traded the same altcoins multiple times for 100% profit. Guys, all of that information is shared over on World Alerts. Of course, we are sharing most right here on the channel, but the extra information like altcoins and things that happening like on the spot, I can just quickly type in Telegram and update you guys there. So definitely worth it, especially right now, because it is for free. You don't have to pay anything from your side to join this specific service. The only thing that you need to do is you need to be an active trader on one of these exchanges down below this video. You can sign up with the specific affiliate link down below. That is either Bybit, BingX or BitGet. Both all very good exchanges, and I would definitely, as a trader, I have accounts on all of these exchanges, but I would say every trader, if you are a serious trader, make accounts on all of these exchanges, because if something happened with one exchange, or one exchange has a little bit low liquidity on that altcoin, you quickly can shift to another exchange, right? And might not look that important right now, but but when that bull market really comes in, liquidity comes, people coming, and the emotional state is just very optimistic, and everyone is busy trading crypto. It is very nice when you have already your structure in place and you know how these things work, and you can use this. And also to have, of course, extra information on the markets, have some Telegram groups where you where you get extra information, and especially, I would say, especially a Telegram group that also focus on when to take profits during this bull market, because the past previous 2 bull markets we have not been taking aggressively profits, and this is really a bull market where I want to change that. I really want to scale like a big portion out of crypto and put it in different assets that can generate passive income. And definitely very important to know when we are going to cash out or leave this bull market, and go into different assets. So that will be shared for sure over on the channel as well. It will be shared over on Will Alerts, but it's just very important focus, because the thing is, in the bull market, when everyone is optimistic and everyone is making money, you only see on the news stories like, oh, this guy made $1 million with Dogecoin. Oh, this guy made $1 million. Everyone gets FOMO, and no one is thinking of taking profits. There is really less people that are thinking of taking profits. Everyone is just busy with the next 10x altcoin, the next 100x altcoin. Where can we make money now? And that is actually it's good, but you have to take profits as well sooner or later. It's good to be now concerned on where is the 10x altcoin, where is the money made. Now, actually, we're already late now, but this is the best time. Like, when the FOMO is there, everywhere is in the bull market. I'm not going to be that guy looking for the next 10x. No, I'm just quietly going to scale out and put my money to work in different sectors, because I really do believe that we're gonna see a multi-year long bear market in Bitcoin and in crypto, a very long crypto winter. I want to be prepared for that. That's just my vision. And like I said, even if I'm wrong, right? Let's say that I'm wrong and that the biggest bull market is in front of us, right? Where we go to $300,000 whatsoever. Even though I'm wrong, I still win, because I prepared myself for another scenario which did not occur, but I still have some funds left in crypto which ride all the way up. I have my job in crypto, I have my websites in crypto. I'm 100% invested in crypto. So if it continues to go up, I'll win exponentially. I would like that even more. But if it does go down, which I do got signs, I do have signs that it might be that case, then I'm also prepared for that. And I can capitalize on that. And I can even accumulate more for the next bull market. So this is a little bit how I look at the markets right now. I used to be the guy that was only like, okay, I'm going all in, all out, all in, all out, all in, all out. But right now I'm just a little bit different. I'm also a little bit older than when I started in crypto. I started in crypto in 2016. And that's actually kind of crazy. I haven't really spoke about that much, but I was in crypto since 2016, and I've lost my portfolio maybe in a total 2 times completely. So 2 times I had to start over from scratch again to build up my portfolio, and that was just because of bad decisions. Like at some moments I actually had quite some money also in 2017, didn't cash out. The price plummeted 80%, and suddenly I had to pay a lot of bills. I had to pay like my yearly rent for my house back then in Indonesia, and so that was always these timings. So I've made a lot of mistakes, and I seen my portfolio like going completely gone for 2 times, and that also does something with you. So I don't want to do that again, and if I then miss out on a little bit of gains, so be it. At least you sleep good at night, and you protect your own personal situation. So in this case, the personal situation is not changing. So if you have all in, all out, and something goes wrong, then your personal situation can change. And I want to be in a position that in one situation I have more money than in the other situation, but in the other situation I'm still living the exact same life as I'm living right now, which is very luxurious, very much freedom. Actually, not that much luxury, but I have a lot of freedom. I literally can do whatever I want. I can focus on the projects that I like to build. I can hire employees. I can do so many things that most people can't. So I'm very happy with my position in this life, and I'm very grateful for that. And I don't want that to change, because I really enjoy my life like this. I really enjoy the freedom. That's also the whole reason in the first place that I entered crypto. It was always for me about the freedom. So, and it will always be about the freedom. So guys, if you haven't joined Will Alerts, join the club, join the community. We have already 60 members. I see a lot of people signing up here on the website. If you have signed up with your user ID, your email address, Telegram handle, you made your deposit and you opened your trade, so you meet all the requirements, but you are not in Will Alerts. We didn't put you in the Telegram channel. Send us an email at theblockchaintoday@gmail.com, and then we will check again with your user ID whether it's all correct, and then we put you in the private Telegram channel, because we get so many people, they just submitting their user ID, email address, Telegram handle, but they don't really meet all the requirements. So we can see from our end, for example, whether you signed up, if you KYC verified. We cannot see your name, we cannot see any personal data, but we can just see, like with a checkbox, did he made a deposit, did the person open a trade. So we can just see these checkboxes, and based on that, we will add you to this Telegram channel. So for every trader, I would highly recommend have an account on all of these exchanges: Bybit, BingX, and BitGet. Use the affiliate link down below. It won't cost you anything. The only thing that you do is you support the channel, and all the money goes back into the further development of Will Portal right here, which is the free website where you can get like all the information on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We might add some new tokens in the future, but we are working on a lot of things at the same time. So a lot of interesting things are coming. So guys, that was it for today's video. I want to thank you all for still being there. Thank you all for watching. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.